Do you ever have those moments where you're nostalgic for something but can't remember the name of the thing you're nostalgic for? Well, yep. This video covers a game that I could not remember the name of for the life of me for the past 14 years. But I finally remembered it, with help from a Reddit search on a subreddit called r/tipofmyjoystick. I was able to find people who were similarly looking for this game as they couldn't remember it either. I remember the game being about top-down polygonal cars which did stunts and races, but I couldn't remember the name of it. Funny enough, there was also people on Reddit in the same position as me. I eventually struck gold, however, and I found someone who remembered the name of it. That name was Vector City Racers, and I had finally unlocked the name I had inside my head all this time, waiting to be remembered. If you didn't know, Vector City Racers was a game developed by Vector Entertainment, which launched on October 7th, 2009, and concluded its run on January 20th, 2011. This browser-based, kid-friendly social racing MMO carved out a special niche by providing an achievement-based gaming experience that was both accessible and captivating at the time. At its essence, Vector City Racers was crafted with young players in mind, specifically targeting boys aged 6 to 12, although its appeal extended to a broader demographic. Powered by a custom engine utilizing Flash 10 technology, it pioneered real-time 3D action in browser-based MMOs, setting a new standard for future games in the genre. This technological leap allowed for an immersive gaming experience directly in the browser, eliminating the need for additional downloads and making gaming more accessible to a wider audience. The game spanned 13 creatively crafted cities, each offering its own set of challenges and environments for players to explore. From the icy slopes of Avalanche City to the high-speed tracks of Racers Rise City, the varied landscapes ensured continuous excitement, engagement, and variety. Players were given the freedom to design their own cars, promoting not only creativity but also a sense of ownership and expression within the game. This high level of customization, coupled with opportunities to compete in circuit races, climb leaderboards, and interact with a vibrant community through safe chat features, made Vector City Racers a well-rounded social experience. Vector City Racers offered multiple tiers of access, catering to players with different levels of commitment and financial capabilities. From a no-obligation guest mode, to various subscription options, including a family account option for added value, the game ensured accessibility for all. An item shop further enhanced the gaming experience, offering upgrades and special customization items for interested players. Under the leadership of CEO Chris Bergstresser, the development team understood their audience's desires well, recognizing the demand for competition, tangible achievements, and dynamic gameplay among young boys. They crafted a game that fulfilled these needs, whilst packaging it in an engaging 3D world. The introduction of the fastest Road to Fun contest, which invited players to design vehicles using an intuitive online tool, underscored the game's commitment to community engagement. Despite the game's innovative approach and dedicated community, Vector City Racers ceased operation in January of 2011, marking the end of an era for a title that successfully merged racing and MMO elements in a browser-based format. However, what also is not well known about Vector City Racers is that it wasn't always going to be called that. During 2009, a significant rebranding effort happened. Vector Entertainment was once Webcars Inc., but thanks to a strategic move, the company changed names. This strategic move, in collaboration with MCS Games, aimed to introduce an innovative virtual world tailored to capture the imaginations of young racing enthusiasts. Chris Bergstresser, CEO of Vector Entertainment, explained the rationale behind the rebranding, emphasizing the company's commitment to understanding and meeting the needs of its target audience. Extensive consumer research revealed the importance of a name that accurately reflected the game's visual aesthetic and unique gameplay, leading to the birth of Vector City Racers. The game was envisioned to revolutionize the casual MMORPG virtual world genre by highlighting its racing and creative elements. Following the launch of the car structure tool in January, which enabled players to design their own vehicles for racing, the game became a testament to children's boundless creativity. Participants went beyond traditional vehicles, crafting innovative designs like pogo sticks, pirate hats, and even cheese sandwiches on wheels. This innovation highlighted the game's capability to foster an environment where children's imaginations could flourish, offering unprecedented freedom and empowerment in online gaming. This contest was to celebrate the rebranding. The competition, held from May 18th to June 24th, 2009, offered enticing prizes such as inclusion of the winning vehicle in the game, tickets to major racing events, a lifetime membership to Vector City Racers, and a signed comic book by renowned illustrator Kyle Baker. In a 2009 interview with Bullseye, Kyle Baker discussed his latest collaboration with Vector City Racers. This project involves creating a comic book that complemented the interactive online game, offering a unique blend of traditional comic storytelling and digital gaming experiences. Baker's involvement stemmed from his previous acquaintance with Nick Culpin, the EVP at Vector Entertainment, who admired Baker's work and saw an opportunity to merge comic art with the emerging virtual world. The interview revealed Baker's enthusiasm for the project, particularly due to its innovation and integration of a virtual gaming world with a comic book narrative. This approach aimed to deepen the game's experience by adding depth and context to the virtual world, whilst attracting comic book audiences to the interactive and customizable gaming environment of Vector City Racers. Baker's role in crafting the comic involved bringing the game's world and mechanics to life through a narrative, effectively bridging the game's digital elements with the comic's storytelling. This included plans to introduce exclusive game content tied to the comic, such as unique vehicles and narrative clues, enhancing the synergy between the two mediums. Baker discussed the artistic direction and narrative approach for the Vector City Racers project, drawing from his experience in comics and his observations within the industry. Known for his versatility and experimental approach to the comic book storytelling scene, Baker explained his decision to adopt a more realistic art style whilst incorporating anime influences to appeal to a younger audience, including his own children. Baker outlined the story structure, emphasizing the secret identities of players, vehicle customization for missions, and real-world consequences. This approach aimed to engage players in a continuous loop between the comic storyline and the game's challenges, creating a rich, interactive experience mirroring the dynamics of online gaming and social interaction. Fast forward to the present day, and Vector City Racers is being revitalized through a revival called Sunset City Racers. Crafted by a passionate team of developers who had contributed to the original game, this revival is more than just about bringing back a game, it's a tribute to the original concept, updated with modern technology and gaming trends. The choice of the name, Sunset City Racers, pays homage to the game's first level, Sunrise Plaza, and the core team's location in the Sunset District of San Francisco, symbolically linking the game's past to its future. I had an opportunity to speak to the developer behind the idea for a revival over Discord through access to Sunset City Racers' Discord server, which he started. His name is Nick Culpin, and he was the 3D artist who worked on the game in the years 2010 to 2011, months before it shut down. It influenced him so much that now he wants to rebuild the game. He also shared some thoughts about why it eventually shut down. He said the original development team mismanaged a lot of the money prior to his involvement, which contributed to the shutdown. I had an opportunity to ask him a series of questions, as I was eager to unravel the mysteries surrounding the game's demise and the revival's future. I asked Nick about the moment he learned of the game's shutdown and how it impacted him and the team. In response, he shared, "We were called into a meeting with the VC that was funding us 2 weeks before the official shutdown. Things moved very fast. We found out literally the day before the public did. It was pretty devastating for the team. We thought we were starting to gain a lot of traction in the end and had developed a bit of an emotional attachment to the game," Nick continued. The money wasn't there to recoup the losses from the years prior. At some point there was upwards of 50 people working on it, but it was poorly managed. When I was hired, we had 7 on staff, and I was the only 3D artist, Nick elaborated. I can only really speak to the brief time that I was there, unfortunately. There isn't much online about it in any capacity. I had a lot of creative freedom. All the supercars, pickups and levels were designed and built by me and our art director in the last 4 to 5 months. In hindsight, that was really special. I haven't had that kind of freedom on a job since then. Nick proceeded to share with me lost assets he had left over from Vector City Racers, as well as his Behance page, which had a lot of 3D artwork relating to the game. One of the more difficult things I had to deal with was the fact that I had all this work that would just get destroyed and never see the light of day on the closure, Nick explained. This was very saddening to hear, as I'm sure he had a lot of great work that never got used. It's interesting to see this stuff at least though, as it was new to me and it will be new to everyone else watching too. Nick states, "For the future, I wish I could tell you right now that I'm full steam ahead on it. Unfortunately, due to circumstances with my personal employment, I haven't been able to keep to that schedule, but I'm still optimistic that things will turn around." We then proceeded to talk more about the physical office in San Francisco and how the development team was abruptly told that the game was closing. I said to Nick he must have had to process it quite quickly, and he told me definitely. I think they wanted to save on office space and server costs, etc. We then continued to talk more about the history of Vector City Racers and the comic book that was planned, which he was actually unaware of, but expected, as he only started working there months before his closure. I asked about how the offices looked, and he said they were pretty basic, but had Vector City branding all around the interior. I just wanted to visualize the offices, as I wanted to try and picture them in my head. Anyways, I appreciate the opportunity I had to speak to Nick, and no doubt he's watching now, so to you, Nick, thank you for taking the time out to speak to me. I hope you keep well, and I'm eagerly awaiting Sunset City Racers. No pressure though, I hope the project goes well. Best of luck with it. Sunset City Racers caters to anyone who holds nostalgia and competitive thrill dear to their hearts. It's for gamers who have memories in the digital streets of Vector City Racers, and for a new generation seeking an imaginative and engaging online racing experience. Testimonials on the website from fans of the original game echo the profound love and nostalgia for it. Surprisingly, there is a community eagerly awaiting its return. Players will have the opportunity to design and construct their vehicles and landscapes, each element reflecting their unique styles and creativity. Sunset City Racers promises an immersive gaming experience where players can own land, establish their brand and participate in races across diverse terrains. The game's emphasis on player creativity, community building, and sustainable technology represents a significant evolution from its predecessor. Alongside traditional racing, new features such as tricks, quests, economics, and social interactions aim to create a dynamic and engaging world. Honouring the legacy of the original game whilst embracing modern technology, Sunset City Racers hopes to deliver a unique and enriching experience to both old and new gamers alike. As development progresses, excitement and anticipation among the gaming community continue to grow. Will you be hopping on Sunset City Racers when it comes out? I know I will. Thank you for watching. See you in the next Forgotten Internet.